In anime-manga genre there are countless good mentors, which were highly important to the immense strength many characters gained. Kakashi, Urahara, Endeavor, Yami, Jiraiya, etc. They are all great mentors, pushing their students to realize their potential. In the future there will definitely be a video about good mentors. But on the other hand, there are also evil mentors. In this video we are going to talk about what characterizes them. The most famous example for an evil mentor is All For One from My Hero Academia. He's like the prototype evil mentor. All For One is a full-on narcissist. He only cares about himself and wants the most control about everything he can have. He's overpowered, stealing and giving quirks like he wants to do. Tenko Shimura, the original name for Shigaraki, was a young innocent child. His father Kotaro suffered from his mother, who was Nana Shimura, the All For One user before All Might. Because of her activity as one of the strongest heroes at the time, she couldn't be there for her son Kotaro, and therefore he hated heroes. Tenko as a child loved heroes, and he wanted to become one, but his father never approved the goals of his son. He did the opposite, always saying how much he hated heroes. Kotaro never supported his son and showed contempt of the goals of Tenko. Tenko started hating his father for not giving him the support he needed. One time a mysterious visitor comes, and there for the first time Tenko meets his future mentor All For One. At the time All For One already planned his plot for Tenko, making him the future ultimate villain. Tenko was still a child and got the decay quirk from All For One. The awakening of decay was what started the villain journey of Tenko. He lost all of his loved ones. His dog, sister and mother were accidentally killed by him, but his father was brutally, willingly murdered by him. Tenko, as an orphan without family, walked down the streets and nobody cared for him. All For One, who planned the whole thing, knew exactly what happened, and he offered to take him as a son and student. All For One wasn't affected by decay. Tenko thought that All For One was the only person able to touch his hands without dying, and there Tenko Shimura became Tomura Shigaraki. All For One, the evil mentor, took an innocent child and planned his whole decline. As an evil mentor, he willingly manipulated the path of Tenko, who originally was destined to become a hero, but he changed everything, so that instead of a hero, Tenko becomes the ultimate villain. But there it doesn't end. He obviously continues to lie. He always told Shigaraki everything he does was for him, so that Tomura can become the strongest. But in actuality he just used Shigaraki and never even saw him as an independent person. The plan was always to take over Shigaraki, so that his old used body can be replaced by the power of Tomura's body. For him, Shigaraki should never live like he wanted to. All For One manipulated everything around Tenko so that one day he himself can be revived in Tenko's body. All For One never saw Tenko as an individual, but as an extension of himself. He never raised him with the intent of a good loving parent. He intended that Shigaraki becomes what he wants him to become. That is a typical pattern in real life too. Many bad parents don't treat their kids as individuals with own goals, hobbies and plans, but as extensions of themselves, which have to achieve the goals they couldn't. For example, becoming an actor, or they plan the lives of their kids, like taking over the company because of the tradition and legacy. The nearly exact same thing can be applied to the Demon King of 7 Deadly Sins. He had very promising children. Meliodas and Zeldris were two of the strongest entities in the whole Nanatsu no Taizai world, but he never wanted them to be the future Demon King. The way he split and shared his powers, if one person becomes strong enough to handle all 10 commandments, that the Demon King himself automatically takes over his body. Not just in relation to his own children, but every demon who ever becomes that strong will be automatically the new shell for the old Demon King. That's the difference between a bad mentor or father and an evil mentor/father. The evil one willingly manipulates the fate of his student, so that his students become what he wants them to become, and that is most often an extension of himself, making him something he originally isn't supposed to be, planting goals, dreams, worldviews, etc. The ultimate goal for an evil mentor is so that his own legacy can live on, and what animes portray really good is how the mentor one day takes over the body of his student.